Is Antarctica the key to completely destroying the nonsense about evolution and how humans evolved? I think so. And I think that might have a huge reason to what is going on with them hiding so much about it. I actually was going to do this video more along the lines of other things, but I wanted to add this at the beginning because I just thought about something and I think that this makes perfect sense. So let's get on with the video. About 2 weeks ago, the Chilean Air Force lost a plane that had 38 people on board. They were en route to Antarctica. Why has that story been shelved? But this Air Force, a military plane, is gone with 38 people on board. They said they found a piece of something, but that's about all they have said from what I can find. What really happened? Why are they making this into such a secretive thing? Scientists praise themselves on knowing so many things, and they've found this and evolution and blah, this and that. But yet, when we find these absolutely unexplainable things in Antarctica, it's silence. Everything's, oh, it's just ice, wind, and rocks. It's just ice, wind, and rocks. If it's just ice, wind, and rocks, why does Google Earth blur so many things out? Why, if you do visit Antarctica, you have to be chaperoned everywhere you go, even to the bathroom. If you're on a cruise and y'all get off at the port, you have to be chaperoned to the bathroom, the restroom, to use the toilet. Why would that be? If it's just ice, wind, and rock, why would that be? They just came out with the latest amazing Bedrock maps that show absolutely amazing things. It's showing tunnels that have 3 miles of ice over them. It's like 60 degrees in some areas. How is this possible? Why are they hiding so much stuff? Why are people so excited about the space program, spending so much money on this space program, when we have the 5th largest continent right here on our planet that has gone completely unexplored? While we're finding very obvious things, from pyramids to castles to flying crafts to giant skulls, dinosaurs, dragons. Whether some of these may be statues, they might be, but who made the statues? And if Antarctica froze over millions and millions of years ago, how would any of this even be there anyway? If you haven't seen my video that I did about a month ago or so, where I show that I believe that Antarctica separated from South America in the 1700s, the early 1700s, and not millions and millions of years ago, and that Antarctica was not frozen over at that time, because we have so many maps to prove that. I will put that at the end of this video. It does not have very many views. That's a pretty big deal. That's kind of world history changing information. And when you search Antarctica and you filter by date, usually that's how you will get a search list of every single video that has Antarctica in the title. my videos aren't in there. Now why would that be? Why would that be indeed? Why are they hiding my videos? Well, I mean, I could make some assertions, but let's go ahead and check out some of the amazing finds that we have found over at least the last year or so that really need some answering by the scientific community. Let's check it out. So most people see this little creation of evolution, which people can kind of, believe. It's like, okay, we look monkey-like. Sure, that could work. But people don't go back to the original model. See, in order for that ape model to work, we would all have to come from one thing. And this is actually out of the textbooks from the 60s when they first started teaching evolution. So the genealogy of man. And so everybody would have to come from one little cell. One random cell. Well, that's already been disproven, but, let's not get into the details because they just want you to focus on the ape model, right? So they say that we came from a protocyst, which is a eukaryotic organism that is not an animal or plant or fungus. It's a eukaryotic cell is an organism whose cells have a cell nucleus. Wow. So in the beginning, when they first started pushing evolution, it used to claim that all animals were evolved from a single cell. The first living cell was evolved from a non-organic substance. Well, that makes sense, right? Yeah. And that's when the atheists retreated. 50 years of biological advances, and yet still they cannot defend evolution. They've had to separate abiogenesis from evolution now. But see, the ones fighting the evolution thing now don't remember all of this. They just go from these silly little ape models. Oh yeah, we had this ape man. Well, we don't have any transitional fossils. We don't. At all. And anybody that tells you we do, they're lying. Not one. Not one single transitional fossil. But yet people just dismiss that for some reason. Okay, well, let's look at some things from Antarctica. We have this giant skull, which is 25 foot in circumference. It's essentially a perfect skull. We've got this very creepy thing that looks like it was lifted off of our dollar bill with some Eye of Horus, just like our dollar bill. This is in Antarctica. If you want to see me actually do this on Google Earth, you can see my other videos. I just wanted to make this one a little bit faster. Isn't that strange how it looks just like that? We have these shadows that are in the shape of perfect castles, but that's just ice, wind, and rock. Okay. We've got this tunnel that is 10,000 miles long from my measurements. We have these humanoid type figures. This statue, I'm assuming, because it's extremely large. This bird, it's like 40 foot. I mean, maybe it's her. She was out modeling. Maybe that's what the satellite caught. Or how about this? I mean, again, maybe it's this model. That's the only thing that makes sense to the scientist, apparently. This one on the right is actually in Antarctica. I mean, I don't know how long they feel that they can deny these things. But my question really, really is for everyone else that believes in this evolution nonsense. I have a question for you. If the science community will lie to you about all of this, what else will they lie to you about? I don't think they have any qualms with lying to you about your own salvation. Now, I'm not saying all scientists. What I'm saying is scientists don't know everything. And these YouTubers or these random Bill Nye types that think they know everything have no clue. They can't even explain the 5th largest continent on our planet. But yet you're going to put your salvation in their hands. It's just amazing. And sad. It's truly sad how easily they've been able to deceive so many people in such a short period of time. I mean, the things that we find in Antarctica show there definitely was a civilization pretty recently. But yet, we know nothing about it. From my other videos, it seems that Antarctica was still connected to South America up until 300 years ago. And didn't freeze over until somewhere around then. Maybe earlier, but we definitely have maps, so many maps, that show it without ice. If it was millions and millions of years, it's impossible to have maps that show what the continent looks like without ice. We didn't figure it out until just within the last couple of decades when we got ground penetrating radar. So, trust who you'd like, I guess. But just know, they're not telling you all the facts. When are people going to start asking these questions? When are scientists going to start speaking up? Why aren't you asking for grant money to go down there? I'll go down there with you. Get a grant. Let's go. I mean, this is insane. These things are very, very visible, but yet nobody is exploring it. Why not? If it's just ice, wind, and rock, we should be able to go down there, right? I would believe so. If you know any scientist or of any discipline, you know, especially in academia, send this video to them. Let's get these questions answered, because these are not pareidolia. These are legitimate things that need explanation. I might know some of the answers, but I would like the science community to come out and speak out. Find out what's going on. We're spending all this money to go to Mars and all these other places when we've got all of this going on our own planet. I don't know, guys. It's pretty suspicious if you ask me. Y'all have a wonderful day. Like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to help support my channel, please see the links in the pinned comments. I do have a Patreon account, which I'm trying to do stuff on, but to be honest, y'all, I do so much research for this channel until I make enough money to, I don't want it to just be about money, but I don't think people realize the work that goes into the research. And I definitely don't want to sound like an e-beggar or whatever, but it boggles my mind how people that put out such useless garbage have so many Patreons or so many people supporting their channels, and those are the channels that survive. And truth channels, people that are actually putting out truth, people give up because it's a lot of work. Maybe ignorance is bliss to some people. Maybe they don't really want truth. I don't know. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.